this video, we will talk about two films in one tale. Danny Boyle's Trainspotting was released in 1996 na binased sa novel ni Irvin Welsh na nasundan ng sequel na T2 Trainspotting.
So what you been up to for 20 years?
This is Mark Renton, a character played by Ewan McGregor. Yes, si Obi-Wan Kenobi. Renton is deeply immersed in the Edinburgh drug scene. If you're not familiar with this place, it's the capital city of Scotland. This movie was set in 1980s. Truth be told, di talaga ganun kaganda yung kalagayan ng Edinburgh noong mga panahon na yun. In fact, in 1980, Edinburgh became the AIDS capital of Europe. And malaking factor nito is yung pagkat ng conservative government nila sa social services by 30%. Now, I'm not an expert in leading a country, but this huge cut ultimately lead into this, and this, and this. Ang ginawa kasi ng mga kapulisan nila noon, imbes na tokhang, inumpis ka nila lahat ng mga injecting materials na pwedeng gamitin to intravenously intake heroin, which is yung pinaka-main substance na dependent, predicted ng mga tao sa city na 'to. Ang resulta, ise-share nila yung mga needles nila kasi kulang yung mga equipment na pang-inject nila ng heroin. Of course, why not? Sharing is caring, 'di ba?
Sharing is caring. Oh, sharing is fun.
Anyways, I just wanted you to have some sort of a picture or familiarity sa environment na kinagagalawan ng mga characters dito sa film na 'to. Kasi kung di mo pa napapanood 'tong movie na 'to, you might get an impression na gina-glorify nila yung substance abuse sa film na 'to. Which is for me, it's bullshit, but it's true na may mga tao talaga na nire-reduce lang 'tong film na 'to to just a movie advocating drug abuse or drug dependence. If anything nga, mukhang mas anti-drug abuse at anti-addiction pa nga 'tong movie na 'to, eh. For fuck's sake, the main monologue or slogan ng film na 'to is #choose life.
Choose life, Veronica.
Choose life.
Oo, mukhang addiction talaga ang main concept, but it's not trying to be ironic nung sinabi ni Mark Renton na choose life. In a deeper thematic level, it really is about choosing to live the life. But how can you choose life when you're in this kind of environment? Fucking AIDS capital of the Europe, poverty and unemployment is rising like never been before. In a place like this, choosing to live the life would be considered a hell of a privilege. Even the act of choosing nga it's a kind of a privilege itself. Kasi if you can still knowingly choose something in your life, it only means that you're still in control. That is something Mark and his friends never really had in the first place. Most of their actions are being done because their environment compels them to subconsciously do these wretched things. So, kung susumain mo, hindi talaga addiction yung main thing ng movie na to, eh. Hindi rin siya simply about choosing life. It's all about trying your best to move forward, live the life, even if it means failing in the attempt. This was seen throughout the movie, especially kay Mark Renton, na kahit nakatulad ng mga friends niya, mukhang wala na talagang pag-asang tumigil magdroga. Renton is still actually doing his best, provided na ganun yung environment niya. And although sa kanilang limang magtotropa, may dalawang hindi na impluwensyahang mag-heroin, si Frankie at Tommy. But they are actually addicted with something else. Frankie is addicted with alcohol, money, and control. Si Tommy naman is addicted with sex and sobrang dependent niya sa girlfriend niya, which turned out to be the deadliest addiction in the movie. You'll see. What I find the most appealing sa mga films na to is yung balance between sa pagiging dark at raw, pagiging entertaining niya. Kung ika-categorize ko 'to, dark comedy drama yung kakalabasan niya. From witty one-liners and dialogues
Some people hate the English, I don't. They're just wankers. We, on the other hand, are colonised by wankers.
to just plain hilariously fucked up moments. Na talaga namang tatatak sa utak mo ng malala. Maraming mga iconic scenes dito na talaga namang intention ni Danny Boyle or yung director na ilagay sa movie na 'to. Kasi para sa kanya, films can be deeply personal. So you have to take good care of it. It's for us viewers. It's the very reason why maraming mga frames na nagfi-freeze in between scenes. And I must say, very effective talaga. I don't think makakalimutan ko pa 'tong mga scenes na 'to ever. Another interesting thing, 'di nasundan ng original Trainspotting movie ng sequel not until 20 years after. T2 Trainspotting was released 2017. Ang ginawa nila imbes na i-continue yung original film into a direct sequel, they did the right thing of jumping 20 years later din. Simula nung iconic na ending ng Trainspotting na mukhang may tinatakbuhan si Mark Renton. T2 opens up with a scene which tumatakbo pa rin si Mark Renton, but this time for his betterment na. Nasa treadmill na siya at mukhang hindi na siya nagte-take ng heroin. He found a way out of it. Sabi niya nga sa T2,
It's not getting it out of your body that's the problem, it's getting it out of your mind. You are an addict. So be addicted. Be addicted to something else.
dito pa lang may idea ka na kung ano magiging theme. It could be redemption, getting better, making amends with your past, and still trying your best to choose life. And you'd think na mas may control na si Mark sa film na to since sober na siya sa heroin. But no, history will repeat itself.
Choose looking up old flames, wishing you'd done it all differently.
Do you still take heroin?
No. And choose watching history repeat itself.
Trainspotting and T2 Trainspotting is a deeply personal story in a slice of life. Imagine if napanood mo yung 1996 na Trainspotting, and then after 20 years, you get to see the sequel. Tapos makikita mo yung mga characters from 20 years ago still alive and kicking. Each characters now has a cross to bear, and they're probably wondering ano nang gagawin sa mga natitira nilang oras sa mundo. And I know na marami makaka-relate dito ng mga baby boomers na may emotional struggles na pinagdadaanan sa ngayon. But aside sa midlife crisis na tema ng T2, it also celebrates one thing, youth. Kaya mapapansin mo sa movie na to na maraming mga scenes na napag-uusapan nilang football at yung mga achievements ng mga idols nila. Talagang lakas maka-throwback. Yung music score pa na ginagamit nila every time na may nostalgic scene, sobrang moving. Partida pang 22 years old lang ako, but I was able to empathize with these characters. Grabe yung atake ng movie na to personally. Lalo na siguro kung middle-aged person ka. It's very uncommon for a film na magkaroon ng ganito karaming themes at messages. And I'm saying this because aside sa mga sinabi kong tema ng mga films na to, I think these two films became a poetry of some sort, or an exchange between two generations. Listen to the scene from Mark and Veronica at T2 Trainspotting.
What's choose life?
What?
Choose life. Simon says it sometimes. He says, choose life, Veronica.
Choose life.
Choose life was a well-meaning slogan from a 1980s anti-drug campaign. And we used to add things to it. So I might say, for example, choose designer lingerie. in the vain hope of kicking some life back into a dead relationship. Choose handbags. Choose high-heeled shoes, cashmere and silk to make yourself feel what passes for happy. Choose an iPhone made in China by a woman who jumped out of a window and stick it in the pocket of your jacket fresh from a South Asian fire trap. Choose Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, and 1,000 other ways to spew your bile across people you never met. Choose updating your profile. Tell the world what you had for breakfast and hope that someone somewhere cares. Choose looking up old flames, desperate to believe that you don't look as bad as they do. Choose live blogging from your first wank to your last breath. Human interaction reduced to nothing more than data. Choose 10 things you never knew about celebrities who'd had surgery. Choose screaming about abortion. Choose rape jokes, slut-shaming, revenge porn, and an endless tide of depressing misogyny. Choose 9/11 never happened, and if it did, it was the Jews. Choose a 0-hour contract and a 2-hour journey to work, and choose the same for your kids, only worse. And maybe tell yourself it's better that they never happened. And then sit back and smother the pain with an unknown dose of an unknown drug made in somebody's fucking kitchen. Choose unfulfilled promise and wishing you'd done it all differently. Choose never learning from your own mistakes. Choose watching history repeat itself. Choose the slow reconciliation towards what you can get rather than what you always hoped for. Settle for less and keep a brave face on it. Choose disappointment. And choose losing the ones you loved, and as they fall from view, a piece of you dies with them, until you can see that one day in the future, piece by piece, they will all be gone, and there'll be nothing left of you to call alive or dead. Choose your future, Veronica. Choose life. Anyway, it amused us at the time.
Okay, first of all, napakagandang writing. It started off ironic, pero nung dulo mukhang nire-real talk na ni Mark Renton yung generation ni Veronica or yung generation namin. This shit really hit me. And I don't believe I'm actually listening to Mark, a former drug addict, warning me about the perils of dependence. What this movie was trying to say is, hey, it's okay that you're in this kind of situation. It isn't all your fault. You're still human after all. But if you ever get a hold of the privilege of choosing life, take full advantage of it. There are times you have to look back to your past just to get a grip of the present's reality. But ultimately, you have to move forward and choose life. That's it for this video. Kung nagustuhan nyo yun, leave comments down below. I want to hear your thoughts about these two films. Let's talk about it. Thank you so much for watching V for Variety. See you next video. Peace.